Okay, head a little bit higher.
Oh.
Oh, keep going. Why are you stopping?
You're gonna get to 40.
Yeah, you said you could do 40. Perfect. One more. Perfect. So next thing to tackle is the rotten cockpit floor, which hides the engine. So these two panels here access the engine. Now the biggest problem is the panel in the middle has support across the middle but nowhere for the water to drain. So any water in the cockpit just goes down that gap. So we'll take out these two rotten pieces and the subframe that holds it, because there's perfectly good fiberglass underneath it, and it will give us an extra 2 inches headroom. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. But this is just absolutely completely had it. You can see there, whatever that fiberglass on the top is delaminated and the ply is completely wrecked. So we'll cut that. We'll cut a piece of new marine ply, take out the subframe, and replace it. Underneath there is a beautiful Beta Marine 35 horsepower, absolute beast, and great access. You can pop yourself down here to work on the engine. And there's also a hatch underneath the companionway steps that you can get to do impeller and fan belting. Suction cup didn't work very well there. So what we'll take is see this frame here. It's suffering with a bit of rot anyway, but underneath it is a perfectly good fiberglass tray that catches the water that spills off the cockpit floor. So I'm going to attempt to take that out, and that will give us another at least 2 inches headroom underneath the boom, and also in future for the hard top. Okay, cup holder removed, and we can have a bit of leverage. Should be able to get that out. Oh, beautiful. There we go. So, just a bit of cleaning up to do around the edges, but as you can see, that tray, some holes to fill as well, but that tray will easily support the new cockpit floor. So I've cut a new bit of ply, marine ply, and given it a coat of epoxy, and that should slip in there quite nicely. Let's have a look. There we go. We got all hands on deck today, joined by my father, David.
Hello.
Give us a wave. He's given the Teak a good clean with a 2-part cleaner. I've got my brother Philip getting on with drawer boxes. There he is. And without further ado, let's crack on.
Have you got a compass, a big compass? Because I'm just wondering if we just do the diagonals like that in the square, we can put that on and do a circle.
The moment of truth. to see if the box fits. That is my new pots and pan drawer. I can't tell you how excited I am. Now this stuff is really good for Teak Wessex part 1 and part 2. Very easy to use. Put it on with a sponge or something like that. Make sure you wear gloves. And then rinse off, and same with part 2. And a couple of applications of that and it comes up really nice. And then some lovely teak oil. Beautiful. Now that looks a whole lot better. Sanded it down with 80 grit. I didn't bother going down and making it smooth because I reckon I'm going to be sanding it every year and I'll take too many layers off. And of course it is a 1970 boat, so we're not going to get too fussy about it.
Oh yeah. Cheers.
It's starting to feel so bright and spacious now, and nothing like getting a bit of paint on everything to smarten it up. I can't quite afford to line it yet, so I thought if I get it all epoxied and painted, there's no harm in taking the panels off and wrapping them with vinyl at a later stage. But in the meantime, it can just be bright and white. I have managed to get hold of some nice sapele. Oh, goodness me, it's all going on here. Some nice sapele hardwood, which I'm going to make a lot of noise with, which I'm going to use to cover the let's just put that let's just put that there, which I'm going to use to cover the joins where the plywood panels meet in the corners, the edging of all of the plywood, etc., etc. And we'll take out the screws that tack these panels into place on the battens, and then we'll effectively use the hardwood edging to hold the panel in place and to clean up the corners, edges, etc., etc. I will go ahead and cut some up and pilot drill them, give them a light sand, bit of teak oil, and then we'll have a look what that looks like. Give that a light rub. Get the sharp corners off. We could just leave them with the screws in there piloted, or we could put those little brass caps on. That might look quite nice. And get a bit of teak oil on the cloth, and then oh, that does look nice. It's going to smarten up a very inexpensive interior. Well, that does look really nice. Look at that. Beautiful. So let's take out the screws that tack the panel in place. Is that one going to come out? That is going to look nice. Guess we just need to make sure that those countersinks are just deep enough to make it look nice and smart. On the edges here, I'll just drop that slightly lower than the panel at the bottom. Could even stick some LEDs down the bottom there to zhuzh it up. Likewise here. And then on the other side, excuse the mess of my kitchen, down the side of the cabinets there, on the edges of that timber there, around here on the lid, etc, etc. See how we get on with that. So make sure, first of all, that your foot is up. There's a lever on the back here, foot down, foot up. Pull the thread all the way back, and so there's got a nice long length. Put the fabric underneath the foot, reach back and put the foot down onto the fabric. Then make 1 or 2 turns with the handle to start the stitching. Then find your accelerator, put this part of your foot here, I think it's called the ball or whatever, that part, yeah, not your toes, that part, and start the handle off and push at the same time until the machine starts moving forward. Keep these parts of your fingers each side of the foot. If you're going too fast, let everything go. Hands up, feet up. We'll call that the accelerator.
Okay.
That's the foot, because this is the
Because it's
sewing.
my foot.
Okay, 1 turn towards you, lock the thread in, and start on the accelerator. Hands away from the needle. Slow, 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 slow. Good. And keep a little bit of tension on the fabric. That's it. Not too much, but enough so that it doesn't bunch up. And stop with the needle down. Wait, stop with the needle down. That's it. So, look. We want to sew from there to there, so put the fabric in from the front, yeah, and pop the foot down. That's it. Rotate the dial towards you so the needle goes in and locks off the stitch. That's it. Good. And slowly start to accelerate with both hands on the fabric, not pulling, not pushing, just allowing it to go where it goes. That's it.
Oh.
Okay, stop. What you're doing is you're hanging on the fabric. Yeah, so I said hold the fabric, not pulling, not pushing, letting it go where it needs to go. Okay. So try that again. That's it.
Oh.
coming down. Lillian has just successfully released the spinnaker topping lift so we could get it down. Lillian, you are my hero.
Yay!
The bravest girl I have ever met.
Oh my god, and I thought this was high last time.
Okay, keep coming down. That's it.